Hi everyone, hope you all are doing well. For today's video, we are going to be doing a book shopping vlog. I really wanted to go book shopping this weekend, so I thought that I would take you all along on our book shopping excursion. There are a few books that I am looking for specifically, but I mostly just wanted to go book shopping just to peruse the shelves, be around books, look for some interesting covers, and hopefully not do too much damage, but to treat myself a little bit to a few new books. The first book that I am really looking for that genuinely inspired this entire book shopping excursion is Japanese Gothic by Kylie Lee Baker. Now, I don't really know too much about this book. I actually don't know anything about what this book is about, but I do know that it is a horror and that it just seems very gothic and moody and something that is just completely up my alley. Ever since I saw a review of it, I've been wanting to pick it up and read it myself. So that is the first book that I'm hoping to find. I know that it is only out in hardcover at this moment in time, which really does stink because I prefer paperback over hardbacks, but I think the paperback is coming out in like July or something of next year, and so I can't wait that long. And I do have it on hold on Libby, but my hold is like a 20-week wait, so I'm not too sure if I really want to wait that long. I do feel like it's going to be best read in like autumn and winter, but I don't think I can wait that long. So I'm hoping to find that one and pick that book up. The second book that I'm hoping to find is The Princess Knight by Kate Jacobs. I've been seeing this cover floating around for a little bit, and I have no idea at all what this book is about. What really intrigued me and drew me in really is the cover. I think the cover is so pretty and so cute, and so it made me want to buy the book. So I'm not sure if it's a YA or if it's an adult. I don't know if it's a fantasy book, but I'm hoping that we can find it at the bookstore and learn a little bit what it's about. But I tend to like to just go into books blind anyway, so I'll more than likely jump into it blind. But yeah, I have no synopsis. I have no idea what this book is about. I really just want to buy it because the cover is super pretty. I love the cover. I don't know, it's just something about the cover that is just really up my alley. The last and final book that I am hoping to find as well is actually a James Baldwin novel, Giovanni's Room. I have read 2 James Baldwin novels. The first one that I ever read was Go Tell It on the Mountains, and I don't have my like small copy that I read and annotated with me. I don't know what I did with it, but after reading that novel, James Baldwin quickly became one of my favorite authors of all time. So a little bit after I read that, I then read one of his more renowned and famous works, If Beale Street Could Talk. That was another 5-star read for me, and I think there is a movie adaptation on it as well. I think there's mixed reviews on the movie adaptation, but yeah, the novel in itself was so ahead of its time to me and just beautifully written. I love James Baldwin's style of writing. So after that, I haven't picked up anything else from him, but I know his most famous and most known work, in my opinion, is Giovanni's Room. And so there has been this particular cover that has been floating around now for a little while, and I just haven't like bit the bullet and bought it or picked it up. But I think today is the day that I'm going to be picking up that book. It is definitely something that I'm hoping to get around to reading, hopefully sometime soon. So those are the books that I have in mind that I would like to pick up on our book excursion for today. But if I find something else that seems interesting or something that I've been wanting to read for a while and just forgot about it, I'm hoping to pick that up as well. But I'm going to try to not do too much damage while book shopping because those books can add up. I know I want to go to Barnes. There's a Barnes that's like 10 minutes away, like a 10-minute drive for me. That is my favorite Barnes out where I live. So I know I want to go there, and then I also want to go to a local used bookshop in my town as well, just to see and peruse what they may have, because used books are going to be cheaper in general. So let's see what we can find, but I thought that I would take you all along with me. So let's go book shopping. So I just got back from book shopping and I do have a mini haul for you guys to show you everything that I got. I did stick pretty close to what I wanted to buy that I told you guys at the beginning of this video. So I pretty much got all of the books that I wanted. Also, I did pin my hair back, so don't mind the different look now. My curls just started to fall, so I did pin it up. But yeah, we're gonna try this out and I'm going to show you all of the books that I picked up. So the first couple of books that I picked up was from my local used bookshop, and the first one that I ended up picking up was The Princess Knight by Kate Jacobs. So this is actually, I did find this in the adult fantasy section, so it is not a YA. So yeah, I really am hoping that it's not too spicy. I ended up not reading the back, and I'm not going to read the back because I do want to still go into this book blind, but here is the cover. And I just think that it is so incredibly gorgeous, and I'm really looking forward to picking this book up. Also, I do think that it's like 400 or so pages, so it definitely is bigger than like I was expecting, just because of like the size of it. It looks smaller, but the words are pretty big, so I'm thinking that I should get through this fairly well. So that was the first book that I picked up. I was super excited when I did see it on the shelf. The next book that I ended up picking up was not on my original list, but when I saw it, I just could not pass it up. It is Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare. So this is the first book in the Last Hours series. So I told myself that I was not going to pick this series up right away after just finishing the Dark Artifices, but I could not help it. I could not help myself. I'm already missing the characters even after just finishing the last book in the Dark Artifices. So when I saw this in the YA section, I had to pick it up. And I mean, it is a hardback, which are not my favorite, but the price, I could not pass it up with the price. It was only $12, guys. Originally $24.99, only 12 bucks. Super happy about that price. But yeah, and also it is a collector's first edition, so as soon as I saw this cover, I just knew that I had to pick it up. It is so cute, and our hair color does match as well, which is really cute. And especially from the inside of the book, the first page is such pretty artwork. As soon as I opened up the book and saw that front page, I just could not pass it up. So I have no idea who any of these characters are, but I will, I'm sure, find out, obviously. So yeah, super excited to pick this up. I may end up picking this up sooner rather than later, or sooner than I was expecting to. So yeah, so that was the second book that I picked up from my local used bookshop. And then after that, we did end up going to Barnes. I feel like you really cannot go book shopping without popping into your local Barnes. So the first book that I ended up picking up is Giovanni's Room by James Baldwin. So I'm not sure if this was the cover that I was thinking of, that I saw floating around and like really motivated me to want to buy it, or if it was this cover. I really can't remember, but nonetheless, this cover is incredibly beautiful and I had to pick it up. So I was super happy when I saw this on the shelf as well. But yeah, I did not read the synopsis of this book as well, so I could totally be wrong in what this book is about, but I do think that it is about a young man who is caught in between trying to live a traditional life according to society and falling in love with another man. I think he ends up going to Paris and then falls in love with like an artist out there or something like that. So yeah, I just know this has wonderful reviews, his most renowned novel, and yeah, I know I love James Baldwin's writing in general, so I'm really excited to pick this one up, and the cover is just incredibly stunning. So that was the first book that I picked up. The second book that I ended up picking up that was not on my original list, and that is The Picture of Dorian Gray, but the uncensored version. Guys, look at this cover. Like, oh my goodness, it is stunning. So I had no intentions on picking up another edition of Dorian Gray. I do have multiple copies and editions of The Picture of Dorian Gray, as it is one of my favorite books of all time. So I do collect different editions, but this one is different because it is the uncensored version, and I definitely have seen people around reading the uncensored version. So I'm really curious to see the difference between the uncensored version and the originally published version. So I was going to be rereading this book anyway for my birthday, because I love to reread my favorite books during my birthday month. So I was going to pick up The Picture of Dorian Gray, but now since I found this edition, I might end up picking this edition up. And I really wanted to annotate The Picture of Dorian Gray as well, since it is one of my favorite novels. So I may end up annotating this edition. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what the differences are. If you have not picked up Dorian Gray, this is your sign to pick up The Picture of Dorian Gray, and I'm super excited to read the uncensored version. I was super excited to see it on the shelf. So that is The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. The last and final book that I picked up from Barnes was none other than a Japanese Gothic by Kylie Lee Baker. So this one is also in hardback. Again, the only edition that is out right now is the hardback edition. So I'm too excited to wait to read it for when the paperback comes out or on my Libby app. So I had to just buckle down and go ahead and get it. I am still not going to read a synopsis of this novel because I do want to go into it blind, but definitely stay tuned for when I do read this novel, so that I can update you guys on what it's about and how it is. But yeah, I do know that it is a horror novel. It just seems like all the vibes are there. It looks super creepy. So I'm really excited to pick this one up. So super happy that I found this one. So yeah, that is all of the books that I picked up from my book shopping excursion. Here they all are in all their beautiful glory. I had such a great time book shopping and really excited to dive straight away into these new books. So I really do hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for sticking around if you did make it to this part of the video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more content from me with a new video out every Sunday. I do hope you all enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you guys next time.